Audio Jungle.
Ladies and gents, good afternoon and welcome to the first episode of Reviews by Proxy, where today we'll be taking a look at Beast Machine's Jetstorm Deluxe Class version. Now, Jetstorm was a bit of an odd bird for me because I originally had him as a child, but he was just a bit too, freaky for me at the time, and his transformation was just a little bit too complex for my little baby hands to work with, so I ended up giving him away. But recently I got a hold of another one from Toy Hunters over in Mansfield, and I picked him up and I was like, ooh, this seems like a good guy, maybe a good person for my first review. Let's see how this goes. Now, he comes from the Beast Machines line, which means he was with the ilk of Noble, which was both a dragon and a wolf at the same time, and Optimus Primal, when he had a weird human face and a weird gorilla face that were both the exact same thing at the exact same time. Now, I was a bit too young to be around for Beast Machines or its predecessor Beast Wars, but I hear that they're very good. I might take a look at them sometime. I probably won't, though. Along with Tangor and some other guy that I don't know the name of, Jetstorm was one of Megatron's 3 Vehicon generals. However, this is the deluxe version, which means he looks absolutely nothing like his TV show counterpart, with the exception of maybe the color scheme and the fact that he turns into a jet. And again, the Vehicon armies were full of drones, so maybe this is one of them. Maybe that's why he looks different. Anywho, going to the figure itself, got a nice chrome coloring. It's all over the thing. Pretty strong. Doesn't chip too easily, so he's pretty nice. It seems that one of his little head wings is a little bit off-kilter. I don't know if it's like that with all figures, but all other pictures that I seem to find seem to have it like that, so maybe it's just his little bit of personality. Got a nice red and blue color scheme going on, very Decepticon-ish, but he's not a Decepticon. Actually, he's a Vehicon, which is completely different, I promise you. Anywho, he's got little shoulder wings here to just go flippity-flappity, flippity-flappity, flippity-flappity. I'm sure that's exactly how he flies when he's in this form. Anyway, he's got these spindly little legs, which do not seem big enough for his super hench upper body. Yes, his arms completely dominate the show here with these massive wizard sleevey type deals, which actually hide his weapons. And it gets these nice little red thingies, which will easily be lost behind your desk at some point. The problem with this version is that it's got a bit of a hair trigger. Anywho, he's got one on both sides, but the one on the left side is a bit knackered for me, and it won't stay in all the way, so I push it down in and I pull it back, and it immediately lets go. So I guess he's just shooting with his right hand now. Oh, the pain! Of course, his missiles have these long, sticky outy bits at the back so that you don't choke on them if you're a small child. But when he's got them all plugged into his little weapon ports here, they don't really look like missiles, especially since the front is hidden by these giant wizard sleeves. So they all stick out the back like most of those kinds of missiles do, and with that, he kind of looks like that first angel from Neon Genesis Evangelion, you know, where it grabs the head and it goes gish, 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 gish. Just gonna go gish, 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 gish. That looked really dumb. Anyway, he's got these tiny little claw hands on itty-bitty ball joints, which really only go back and forth and are mostly inhibited by, again, the wizard sleeves. So while they do make him look pretty awesome, they do kind of degrade his posability just a smidgen, but he can hold quite the pose at the same time. Come on, just stand up. Haha! Joints are a pretty solid piece all the way around with pretty nice tight hinges here and there all around, a swivel at the arms, swivel at the head, his wingies flap, and ball joints at the hips, which unfortunately are just a little bit loose and made doing that standing up pose just a bit difficult. Anywho, the colors are nice, the posability is pretty nice, the shape is overall pretty triangular, with a big top and the tiny feetsies. But the main reason that I wanted to review this guy, and the reason that I'm doing it a bit like Thew Adams, is that he's got some very nice light piping! Now, I did mention before that this guy was a transformer, but he's actually got more than 2 modes. He has a secondary mode, which is just sort of like an inverted Gur walk, where he's got the mobility of flying around in the air, but he's got all his arms intact. So let's see what that looks like.
Audio Jungle.
This then is his floaty aroundy mode, which I gotta admit is a little bit silly. He's got these nice little yellow jets coming out of his shins here, and his legs have kind of skeletaled up into this little point. I'm not quite sure I understand the point. I think it's supposed to give him air superiority while still maintaining arms, but he's got no legs. It's just a point. He just kind of hovers around like, do-do-do-do-do, I'm a little ballerina, I'm so scary. He's got a bit of a Darth Vader look going on with the gas mask and the red light piping, but at the same time he's got these bunny ears, which for some reason, Darth Vader with bunny ears, you don't think that as a concept would really work, but for Jetstorm here, it goes pretty well. Now that's enough going on about a robot, so let's see a jet, shall we? Yeah, let's.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Well, Willie, well, looks like Stormy pulled off a quite impressive little jet mode. Seems to be a bit Cyclonus-inspired with the long pointy head and the forward-swept wings. It's pretty nice. His wizard sleeve arms fold up very nicely into the fuselage, which, is actually pretty normal for a jet former now that I think about it, but it works pretty well. Kibble-wise, he's got some feeties going on under there, but again, you get the nice little, jet boosters, if you can manage to keep the feet in the same place. Get some nice little extra jet boosters down in there, which is a nice little touch. His weapons carry over on the sides here. These nice little ports, they look very weapony. That's definitely a word. Front kibble, you can see a bit of the hips going on here, but the real gem here is the cockpit. But can I say cockpit? I don't think I can say cockpit, because you see, this is Cybertronian mode, which means it doesn't have to hold people, and thus doesn't have to worry about actually having a cockpit. So this is more of a bird-like head. You can see a beaky type thing going on here, and these are definitely eyes, and you'll get to see a bit more of that with... He's got a sticky outy neck. Apparently in the show he looks around a lot, so you get a nice little head tilt back and forth, sassy little waggle. And once again you get that lovely light piping, yeah! Of course the block is a little bit small, so you gotta get kind of right up in there to see anything of any value. And he just gets a little bit up and down, and he gets just right back in there like that. He also has some itty bitty teeny tiny little landing gear right on the bottom. Very small. None of the wheels actually roll, but they do stand him up quite nicely. Doo-dee-doo. Now Stormy here does have one more trick of his giant sleeveys here with this fine little silver cap here, which actually hides his Vehicon symbol. In the Beast Wars era, they didn't have the badges so much as they had these glowing orbs which contained the faces of the damned. Or in this case, just a radiation symbol. I guess Vehicons are just radioactive. And on the side note, you get a nice little plate for what I assume would fit a Malteser quite nicely, but I haven't got any. So overall, Jetstorm is a bit of a confusing little beast, but I like him quite a bit. He's fun, he's got tiny little legs, and he's just a nice little bird-looking jet thingy that goes sushi, sushi, dooshy, dooshy, doo. That's totally a word that I made up just now. Anyway, thanks very much to the people at Toy Hunter who helped me find this guy again. Long forgotten gem. And thank you once again to Thew Adams and his lovely portmanteaus. Thortmanteaus. Anyway, hope y'all see this, hope you have a nice day, and thanks for watching. See ya!
I gotta learn how to play the drums so that I can be more metal like you. I know I'm not, 'cause I'm really too skinny, and I can't sing metal for crap.